Hello everyone, it's Carol welcoming you again to Lightspring Glen after a bit of an absence in this 9 months worth of videos made either in that sweet little home of mine. Now I'm going to speak a little bit about the panels on the roof in a moment. There's an anniversary and it is the last Monday of September, and oh my goodness, take in, if you will, the incredible radiance, the incandescence of these leaves. And it has been, in these last days, not even really a full week, the really switch over to full fall. The equinox was last Tuesday, so tomorrow will be the first full week of autumn. And I was hoping there would be at least one more video with good enough weather to make for you out here. So here I am on the edge of the pond. And as I have been moving closer to finally making this video, there was a hiatus that seemed important to take for me, and so certainly a spacing between this one and the previous one. But last night, after what has been close to a drought in really a good part of New England and the mid-Atlantic states, upstate New York where I am, it's certainly bordered on at times really low waters. And this pond, before last night's beautiful rain during the night, was rather murky looking. It is a farm pond. That at the time, that barn that I've spoken about, or that for those of you who've seen it for the first time, this was the cow pasture. Eventually a house got planted in it, and the cows were all off to cow heaven. And then I got to come here. The two anniversaries I want to celebrate are mine, that 7 years ago, just about now, I had set foot on this land in the middle of September. So delighted to find this place, for it to find me. And the people who at that point owned the house had accepted the first offer I made them. And so just about now I was jumping up and down with complete joy and starting on the long process that it is to become the resident human of Lightspring Glen. But the other anniversary is on the roof of the carport. Not sure what visibility you have of them, but those are the solar panels. There are 12, and 5 years ago today, the wonderful people of Tatum Engineering of Ithaca came with a truck full of their equipment and the panels. 3 lovely fellas who installed those panels for me in a really amazing, I watched them quite a bit over the 2 days it took, and then a few weeks worth of getting things squared away with the electric company, and October the 15th I turned the switch and the sun began to power everything in the house that needed electricity during the day. So it's pretty fabulous anniversary. So in this one, I'm going to hope to keep just a short little welcome fall and celebrate the equinox video. Speaking to you a little bit of somewhat random things, maybe, just kind of bringing them together. But one to note in particular, for all of you other Aries out there, is that on Thursday of this week, we will be celebrating the full moon in Aries. Actually, I've got goosebumps even mentioning it because it's a powerful full moon and a lovely one to celebrate for me as an Aries. So that is coming too. It'll be October 1st. I kind of wonder just at the moment, because I know you likely will hear the wind blowing and see the leaves coming down. So I'm hoping my voice reaches you effectively with this. Above me, I've got a little quick blink of the sun, I would think, is this wonderful cottonwood that I've mentioned before in other videos, who's tells me her name, has told me her name is Angelica. And all of those beautiful cottonwood leaves make quite a beautiful shimmery noise. But here's another thing to know about October and the full moon. On Halloween, October 31st, there will be a second full moon for the month of October. And you probably know, well, if you can look up by the garage, there is a not usual appearance of the other kitty in this place, Tiger Lily. She's just, oops, she's looking this way because she heard me say her name. She's putting in a cameo appearance. So yeah, October's going to have 2 full moons, and it will be a blue moon. All right, let me pan up here and just show you some of these clouds. So these beautiful trees, in the very first of the videos that began this year, before COVID was really on the horizon and everything that's happened since in this rather, oh my gosh, I run out of adjectives, but anyway. Early on, as these Between the Realms videos were coming to me with their messages to share, we moved rather, well, once the COVID quarantine period and stay at home and social distancing and all of that visited itself hugely upon us. I know I mentioned actually even before those videos of sharing ideas around self-care, that if you had not done so before the year 2020, that you find a tree that you could set up a connection with, to become a friend to and for, with, I'll give you several pronouns there. Not pronouns, what do you call those? Conjunction? Oh, holy Moses. This former English teacher is a little bit embarrassed, so I'm thinking I don't have the right figure of speech. I think you get the idea. So hopefully a tree has been prominent in your outdoor time this year, maybe more than one, but there is likely a tree that has been so, oh, there's one leaf sailing down here. Can you see it? Oh my gosh. Oh, I like that very much. And Tiger Lily is kind of checking you out, I think, so she's certainly feeling me talking about her, hearing me. So your tree friend, if you live in a place where, and it is a one of these deciduous trees or hardwood tree, say one of the maples, and those are over my neighbor's house, Karen and Carl's house. Look at the colors in those maples. Those colors, in other words, your tree and these trees are sharing with us. I don't know if I could say they're true colors, but those beautiful, radiant hues, those colors were there all of the green months. And with the chlorophyll now completing its work, it reveals these colors. They're like putting on their party dresses as they prepare themselves for their much needed rest, deserved rest. So take time to thank your tree if indeed it's showing its colors to you and you are celebrating your months of friendship. And it's not too late to pair up with a tree, and even if it's one that's going to become quiet and do its hibernation, it's a connection that you will carry on for as long as you have opportunity to spend time with that beautiful tree friend. We need all our friends this year in ways we really never have in the past. Taking you back with the camera into the woods that is here. And I have another thought kind of zooming around here, me about trees. Let's see if I can lasso it and bring it in. Oh, yeah, well, it's this. No matter what trees you come to, for those who are losing their leaves and beginning hibernation, watch some falling leaves here. Thank these trees for their work in teaming up with us in this wonderful taking in the carbon dioxide we breathe out and returning and breathing out to us the oxygen. It's a really magical cycle that is the trees and people. I think of us as they are the standing ones between earth and sky, and we are the walking ones, skipping ones, running ones. I think best we are the dancing ones that link heaven to earth, earth to sky. So in this anniversary of coming to Lightspring Glen, and I'm going to try crossing, I'm barefoot. I stay barefoot outside as long as I possibly can. Bring us back here to where it's very quiet, the stream and the waterfall that, oh, let me give you one quick look here. Hope I'm not, heaven knows, but I haven't been watching as I've walked with this new, lovely holder for the camera. But this gives you a look into the very quiet glen of Lightspring Glen. Maybe you can see the reflections on the waters with the leaves over it. It gets even a little bit more obscured. But let me tell you, you see this right below here. When I first came to Lightspring Glen, that early September day, with beautiful Barbara, my realtor assistant helper, we came down here to see what we could see of the land, and out off of what had been roosting on this dead tree was a huge bird, and it flew off down through the glen. I said to Barbara, it's a red-tailed hawk. It was the size and flew away in that way, and I thought for sure. So it was pretty incredible to be greeted by such a beautiful bird. And we walked over the top of this waterfall cascade, enjoying the sound of the water that day, and into the woods. And when we were not too far into there, I'm going to come closer to this beautiful bench. Barbara grabbed my arm and pointed and said that was not a hawk. It was an owl. It was an owl. And there, not too far from us, on one of the hemlock's lower branches, was the most wonderful barred owl. And it sat for a few minutes looking at us, regarding us, and it was a thrill. And it was like I was being welcomed, or at least checked out, and then it flew off into the deeper woods. I felt very welcomed and arrived here at Lightspring Glen. So we're coming up on 13 and a half minutes. I want to offer you, sorry if that was a little bit too much of a jolt, a conclusion in gratitude for your following along with these videos this year, in whatever way they've been of value to you, of pleasure, and whatever of that. Or if this is your very first video, welcome on this continuing journey. There's more that I'd like to say and will in a few, maybe in a week's time. But I wanted to post up something in honor of beautiful Lightspring Glen. So with a shot here now, I want to share with you in this celebration one of Mary Oliver's poems that is especially fabulous this time of year. Position this. I'm thanking you for sharing, for liking this video, for leaving any comment you might want to, and wishing you well in the time that comes next as we head into October. So as I leave you this day, I leave you with Mary Oliver's poem, Wild Geese. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert, repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. Wild Geese by Mary Oliver. Be well, enjoy this unfolding autumn. Take care and love from Lightspring, Glen to all of you. Bye for now.